Alright, welcome back to WMAC Now with your host Chuck Stevenson, coming at you with a fight review. Not a whole lot of fights going on this past weekend. We did have one. We're going to Combate Global this past Sunday, the day before Memorial Day. This is a weird, I guess 110-pound catchweight. Anyway, it's Jade Jorand coming in at 0-2, taking on Marina Pichel, making her pro debut. So first round, both spent time, finding their range. A cross hook combo lands for Jorand. Pichel circled outside. Both seem to be implementing a stick and move game plan. Pichel kicked to kind of high. It was more to the body, but it was high on the body. And Jorand followed with a kick of her own. Unfortunately, it went straight up between Pichel's legs and landing a low blow. So Pichel took a little bit of a break, tried to start again. Seemed like she was ready to start again, or tried to sell the rep that she was, but then it was obvious she wasn't in pain, or that she was still in pain, so it took a little bit longer break. And then they finally restarted. Body kick lands for Jorand, a high kick for Pichel, big right hand for Jorand. Pichel went for a body kick, and Jorand was landing punches. Another Pichel body kick and a counter punch for Jorand landed. Not a very eventful first round outside of the low blow. So for second round, both started out throwing heavy, but were missing early. Pichel with more flashy kicks. Jorand was still having success though with the right hook. Honestly, that right hook was money for her in this fight. Punching combination lands for Pichel, but you could tell she was, in the second round, she was still being affected by that low blow from the first one. Jorand took advantage to clinch, and unfortunately she lands a second accidental low blow, this time via a knee. Referee takes timeout and deducts Jorand a point. Then the fighters restart. Body kick lands for Pichel. A 3-punch combo lands for Jorand. Then she lands another 3-punch combination. A big left for Jorand landed, and then some clinch. Then they went to the clinch, and Jorand landed a couple of elbows there in the clinch. So big Jorand round, even with that point being taken away. So then we go to the third and final round. A low kick landed for Pichel. A hook to cross combination landed for Jorand. She lands an inside low kick. Pichel just seemed really stuck on the outside perimeter of the cage for most of this fight here. Jorand just really being the aggressor, coming forward, but making sure that Pichel was stuck on the outside. But Pichel seemed kind of comfortable there because she still had range to throw a lot of those kicks. Anyway, a 3-punch combo landed for Jorand. She gets the body lock and tries to immediately starts moving Pichel around. But the referee has to warn Pichel for cage grabbing. Some dirty boxing in the clinch followed for both of them. Some elbows and knees. Until Jorand decides to separate the punches. Some more punches land for Pichel. Body kick by Jorand. Push kick lands for Jorand. Pichel clinches. And Jorand gets the body lock. But it's a short clinch because the ref separates it. It's getting later in the fight. He wants to see more action. Pichel clinches again, and then Jorand gets that tie plum, starts landing some big knees, drops Pichel, who manages to get back up, but gets caught in the guillotine as she stands. But that's right at the end of the round, pretty much. So it goes to the judges. Now, one judge rules it a draw, 28-28. But he's overruled by the other two judges, who both scored 29-27 for your winner by majority decision, Jade Jorand. So this was a fun fight. Now, it was not high level at all, because you got someone who's 0-2 taking on someone making a pro debut. So it wasn't high level, but it was fast and it was fun. These ladies were just throwing strikes everywhere. you could definitely tell that low blow was affecting Pichel for the rest of the fight, particularly in the second. She's kind of like grabbing at her groin, and that's when Jorand was able to get the clinch. So it would have been interesting to see like how Pichel would have acted had she not eaten that low blow. But I'll tell you what, that Jade Jorand, she is fast as hell. She's fast as hell, and that right hook of hers was money the entire fight. Like every time she threw that right hook, it landed, and it landed kind of hard. And my final note here I have, you know what, Combate Global would be nuts to let either of these fighters go anywhere else. Keep them busy because they both have very fan-friendly styles. Combate Global loves fighters that love to strike, to stand and strike and throw, and that's what both of these fighters like to do. So Combate would be nuts to let these two get anywhere else. So let's talk about things to work on for Jade Jorand. She's got to watch where she's throwing those kicks and knees. I think the first one was ill timing, and then that knee in the second that cost her a point, that was just, she was just going by feel. But she's got to be careful because it cost her a point and could have cost her a win, her first win. And so she's got to be more careful. Take your time. Know where your strikes are going to go. For Pichel, I don't think her team studied Jade Jorand coming into this, because if they had, if I were her team, I'd have had her go for a takedown in this fight, because both of Jorand's losses coming into this were by submission. So her ground game is still pretty weak. Now it seems like Pichel, very karate style striker, has a sideways stance, likes to throw wild kicks. So maybe her ground game isn't very good either, but still, if I were in that corner, if I were on her team, looking up Jorand, I'd have seen that, oh, she has 2 losses by sub. Boom, that's the game plan right there. Get her down. Go for the submission. So I think she needs to study her opponents more. At least her team does. But another thing for Pichel, you're throwing big strikes, you're going to miss big strikes. Because if they don't land, they go way off. It could cost you as far as counter strikes go. Like you throw a big kick and you miss, you're left vulnerable. So that could cost you. But also when you throw big and you miss big, it is super obvious to the judges that you were missing by a mile, and does not look good for the judges. So, you know, it goes back to, what was that movie with Mel Gibson, The Patriot? He told his kids, you know, aim small, hit small. And sometimes that's a better thing to do when you're striking. Go for the simpler strikes. I mean, yes, the fancy strikes look great, and when they score good, but when they miss big. So focus on the simpler things for now as a beginner until you get more acclimated to MMA striking, and then you can implement those strikes and more. So anyway, those are my thoughts on this fight. Combate Global, Jade Jorand defeats Marina Pichel via majority decision. You can go watch the fight on ParamountPlus.com. It's still up. Might be up on Univision's app, I'm not sure. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on in the comments down. Let me know your thoughts on the fight in the comments down below. If you liked the video, please give it a like. While you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to WMMAC Now, the best, most complete women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform on YouTube. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.